Today's beginner yoga class is on focus. Hello and welcome to episode number 274 of Namaste Yoga. I'm Dr. Melissa West and we are in the middle of the woods in Beacon Hill Park today. We passed an owl on our way in that greeted us with its beautiful hoots. It was really lovely. And today we are doing a beginner yoga class on focus. So I want to thank Dusky Leaf for our props. Today you're going to need a yoga mat, maybe a strap. You can use a tie from your bathrobe, blocks maybe. If you don't have blocks, you can use cushions from your couch and a yoga mat. You can just do your class on your floor if you don't have a yoga mat yet. And thank you to Squeeze for my yoga clothes today. I'm wearing red leggings and a black bamboo long sleeve top underneath my fleece because it's quite chilly here in the forest. And I will give you a preview of the class, of what to expect in the class, but because it is a beginner's class, just make sure that you've had a conversation with your doctor before you start the class. Make sure that you talk to your doctor about any injuries that you might have, any health conditions that you have, and make sure that you know what movements are okay for you to do and what movements are not okay for you to do in a yoga class. Okay, so let me take you through our class and give you a preview of what to expect in the class. We do that at the beginning of a beginner class so that you know what to expect. We're going to begin with bridge pose. So you lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, and you press into your feet. I will go over all of these slowly and step by step. And then you're going to lower down and cross your left leg over the top of your right leg, and we'll do figure 4 stretch to stretch out your hips. And after that, we'll come up onto all fours and do some cat stretching and some arm leg reaching for balance. And then we'll be sitting for some focus here with the Gyan Mudra. And then we're going to come up to standing. And in standing, we're going to do chair pose. And after chair pose, we're going to do eagle pose for focus. And I'm going to give you lots of options here. This is a beginner's option. And then we're going to do legs up the wall. So I'm probably going to just show you. I'm going to just show you. You're going to imagine legs up the wall, because it's quite challenging here and there's a lot of dirt. So you're going to imagine a wall here, and we're going to do legs wide up the wall as well. And then we're going to do the places you take me, Tim. We're going to do wide-legged seated forward fold, and we're going to do it with a twist as well. The other sides, and that's going to be it. Okay, so I will get you started lying on your back, and let me talk you through how to do that. And when you lie down, you will tuck your shoulders underneath you with your palms turned up beside you. If you have any low back issues, then you will bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor. Press into your feet, lengthen long through your tailbone. And then you're going to take a deep breath in through your nose and let it fall out of your mouth. If you have any low back issues, you will stay here with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. And if you don't have any low back issues, then you will take your legs out long. And if that doesn't bother your low back, then you can leave your legs long. And you will stay here lying on your back. And I will lead you through some breath awareness and body awareness to help to focus you. I'm going to sit up now and you're going to stay lying here. As you rest back, focus on your breath, breathing in and out through your nose. And let all your attention and focus and concentration be on your breath as your breath comes in and out of your body. Become aware of your breath as it comes into your body. Notice your body being full of air. Focus on your breath as it leaves your body. And then notice what it feels like when your body is empty of air as well. And keep your attention on your breath. Now start to become aware of the sensations in your physical body. Begin by noticing anything that's calling out for your attention. So start by noticing any strong physical sensations in your body. And then keep this awareness of your breath and sensations of your physical body with you as we begin to move, wiggle, and stretch out now. We're going to begin with our first posture, which is bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. I forgot our testimonial today. I'll do our testimonial right now as you're starting to wiggle and stretch out. So Santosh says, I love your video series. I have been following the beginner classes for a month now and already feel my general flexibility and posture improving. I love the simple and gentle approach that comes through all your yoga videos. You give a feeling like you really understand the challenge that beginners face, unlike the ones I have seen with other instructors on YouTube that say beginner classes, but the poses are outright difficult. So much so that as a beginner, I felt demotivated seeing the ease with which the instructor would demonstrate. However, your videos give that connection that really helps a beginner truly relate with you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Santosh, for leaving your response on my website. I think she left that. And you can leave your testimonials on YouTube, on Facebook, your 5-star reviews on iTunes. We love hearing from you and we respond to all our comments. So thank you so much for that. Okay, let's start with bridge pose, as I said we were going to do. And then I looked at my notes and remembered I hadn't shared that testimonial with you. Your knees are going to be bent and your feet are going to be flat on the ground. If you have a yoga block or a couple of cushions from your couch, this is a great place to put it between your knees for a good alignment between your ankles, knees, and hips. So, because the tendency in this pose is for your knees to splay out, and if you have any knee issues, then that's really not good alignment between your knees, ankles, and hips, and that could cause problems for your knees. So using the block between your knees, ankles, and hips really helps to keep that alignment good and keeps your knees more safe. And if you don't have a block, you can use a cushion from your couch or a couple of cushions, and it helps to engage your inner thigh muscles, your adductor muscles. So with your hands on the ground, press into your feet until your pelvis lifts off the ground so you come into bridge pose. And then slowly lower down. And I'm going to give you 2 options for the next part of this. We're going to practice our balance a bit with this one by lifting one leg. And this is going to be quite a bit more of a strength challenge as well. So it's up to you if you're ready for this. You can try. And if not, you can stay with 2 feet on the ground. So give it a try. If it feels like too much of a balance challenge, then keep both feet on the ground. If it feels like too much strength, then go back to both feet on the ground. With your hands down by the side on the ground, you're going to press into both feet again until your pelvis lifts off the ground. And then really press into your left foot and extend through your right leg. And bend your right leg, press into both feet. So sometimes when we have more of a challenge, it allows us to focus more on the physical sensations in our body. It makes it so that we can't be as distracted and our mind can't run as many places. So having more of a physical challenge keeps us more focused sometimes. And also that's going to help to prepare us for eagle pose that's coming later. Let's try it on the other side. You can take a little break, or you can press into your right foot and extend through your left leg. Keep breathing. Breath is part of your focus here. Breathe in and out through your nose. And then bend your left knee, place your left foot down on the ground again, re-lift your hips. Take a breath here. Breathe out, lower down. Take your block or your pillow from between your legs and place it down beside you. And then bring your knees in towards your chest. You can hold on behind your knees if you have any knee issues. And make space for your belly if you need to by opening your knees wide. And now your focus comes by breathing. Focus on your breath in and out through your nose, breathing into your belly. So if you're finding it challenging to breathe into your belly by having your knees pressing right against your chest here, then open your knees wide and make space for your belly here. And then you're going to lower your knees down, your feet back to the ground, and we're going to begin to stretch out your hips. Here you may need your strap if it's challenging for you to reach for your legs. So I'm going to show you that modification. I'm going to get my strap in case you need it. You're going to cross your left ankle over the top of your right thigh and open your left knee out to the side. Then you're going to draw your right knee in towards your chest. And you'll do this, you bring it in as far as you need to until you feel a stretch in your left outer thigh into your glutes and your buttocks. And you may not even need to hold on. You're going to reach through and hold on behind your right knee. You can use your left elbow to open your left knee up more. So a couple of options here if you can't reach behind your right knee. They are just to use your legs to bring your legs in. You don't even need to use your arms. And then the other option is to use your strap behind your legs. And if you don't have a yoga strap, you can use the tie from your bathrobe or a necktie, a man's necktie will work fine as well. So you're feeling something happening into your buttocks and your outer thighs here. And then you'll focus on your breath in and out through your nose. Make sure your shoulders are dropping into the ground and the back of your neck is long here. If your chin is way higher than your forehead, then you may want to place a cushion underneath your head to make sure your chin and forehead are on the same level. And then you can release your legs down and uncross your left ankle from the top of your right thigh. And then you will cross your right leg, your right ankle over the top of your left thigh, just below your knee. Open your right knee all the way out to the side. And then you'll bring your left knee in towards your chest, and you bring it in just to that point where you feel something happening in the outside of your right thigh and into your right buttocks. And then you reach through that keyhole, through the space in your right leg, and hold on behind your left thigh. Now, if you can't reach, then you're going to either just use your legs to hold it in here. The whole point is if you're feeling it, you're doing it. So it's not really so necessary that your arms are involved at all, because in fact, if your arms aren't involved, then it's almost better, because then your shoulders are going to be more relaxed and your neck is going to be more relaxed. And this is the whole thing here is to stretch your hips. So it's really, as soon as you do this, it's more likely that your shoulders and neck are going to become tense. So it's probably better that you don't use your arms here. But if you wanted to, you could use your strap if you can't reach. And the only benefit I could see of using your arms would be to use your elbow to open your right knee out to the side a little bit more. But here your focus, if you're going to use your arms, would be to keep your shoulders relaxed. And then breathe in and out through your nose. Letting your attention be on the sensation in your outer thigh and your hips. And then you can release your legs down and you can put your strap off to the side. You're going to roll to your side and make your way up onto all fours. From all fours, you're going to place your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees right underneath your hips. Spread your fingers wide. Breathe out as you round your back up towards the ceiling, and then breathe in as you open your chest towards the ground. Breathe out, round your back up towards the ceiling. Breathe in and open your chest towards the ground. Now, if you have any issues with your wrists, then let me give you an option for your wrists here. You can come up onto your fists so that your wrists are straight instead of flexed, and that should help your wrists a lot. And then from here, we are going to practice a little bit of balance. So let me make a suggestion here. If balance is a challenge for you, to back your mat right against a wall. So you have this is my left side of my body. So put your mat right against a wall so that you have your left side of your body right against the wall so that you have a little bit of support for your left side of your body here. Otherwise, you can take your left leg and your right arm forward. You're going to reach them off the ground. And then bring your right elbow and left knee together and reach them long. Bring your right elbow and left knee together and reach them long. So we're just starting to prepare our body for one of the balancing poses. And balancing poses are great for focus. That's why we're doing them today. And these crossover patterns in our body, where we cross over the right and left sides of our body, are also fabulous for our brains to focus. And then lower your right arm and left leg down. Take a breath here. That will help you to reset and refocus. And then take your right leg to the back of your mat and your left arm forward. And then you're going to reach them up off the ground. And then you're going to bring your left elbow and your right knee together. And breathe in, take them long. Breathe out, left elbow, right leg together. Breathe in, take them long. And then lower your arm and leg down. Let's take a breath to reset and refocus. And breathe out. And then sit back on your heels or in a comfortable seated position for you, and we'll just stretch out your wrists. Circle your wrists. So just as a point of No, my left arm doesn't lift all the way because I have a shoulder injury right now. Okay, I'm going to get you seated for the teachings for today. You can either sit in a chair, which I would recommend if your hips are tight and it's uncomfortable to sit on the ground. I didn't bring a chair into the woods. I could sit up on that log, but then my butt would get very dirty. But it's okay. I'm gonna sit on my cushion. But I would recommend sitting on a chair if your hips are tight and it's uncomfortable for you to sit cross-legged. Or you can sit cross-legged on a folded blanket or on cushions at your home, or you can kneel on a block, whatever works best for you today. We're going to do this with a mudra called the Gyan Mudra. And this is just a yoga position for your hands. It's nothing fancy. Well, it is kind of fancy. It's fun. And this is a mudra that I chose today for focus. So the way it works is you bring your thumb and your index finger, your first finger together, and you extend all your other fingers. And this mudra is said to enhance any yoga pose that you do. So I chose it today to enhance our focus. Lower your hands down onto your lap. And you can do this seated like this, cross-legged, or you can do it sitting in a chair. Whichever position is totally fine. And sink down through your sit bones, lengthen up through your spine, bring your head over your rib cage, and then close your eyes to receive the teachings on focus today. When we asked beginners what their biggest obstacle to learning yoga was, many of them answered focus. Laura says, I'm a beginner among beginners, and my big, huge stumbling block is staying focused. My mind always runs to other thoughts while I'm practicing. Carrie says, I think my biggest challenge is slowing my mind. And Christy says, staying present is my biggest roadblock. So this doesn't really surprise me because we live in a culture of information overload. We are encouraged to do more than one thing at a time. Just think about your internet browser, which lets you have multiple tabs open at a time. We all love that feature, myself included. But the thing is, research has shown that multitasking is actually detrimental to focus. It takes twice as long to complete tasks and dramatically increases the errors. When our minds are overloaded with information, we actually begin to mentally shut down and filter parts out. Sounds and visuals, when we become overloaded in social situations, and mentally we filter out spots in text. So think about when you're so I'll use an example. When Tim is working in our home and Trinity and I are trying to get his attention, he has no problem filtering us out. But when you're mentally overwhelmed and you're trying to get through some text, say an article on a screen, your brain's just going to skip huge parts of it or have a hard time taking in big chunks of it. It's almost like big chunks of it are blacked out. That's the way your brain sees it. We'll even miss major changes in patterns when we're overloaded with information. So this doesn't surprise me at all because people will make a change to something on our membership site and it will have been changed for a long time and we'll get questions about it way down the road, and it's been changed for a long time. So people are just so information overloaded that they can't possibly keep up with changes or new information that's coming to them. It's just very impossible for you to focus in this culture. Very impossible. Mm-hmm. And we are multitasking and overstimulated. 48% of our screen time is spent engaging in simultaneous activities. So I know by the nature of this kind of class, you are doing it online. So I would ask you to please close all your extraneous browsers at this time. Focus allows us to have a central point of attention for our activity. It allows us to choose what we are giving our deliberate attention and thoughtfulness to. In a world of so much possibility, this takes discernment. This becomes a mental practice more than a physical practice, and we can train our minds to be mindful of where our attention goes. This past week, we visited the raptor sanctuary in, I'm going to say this wrong, Cowichan? Well, it's in Duncan, but Cowichan Valley on Vancouver Island in BC. And it was amazing to observe the eagles, which are a symbol of focus there. My husband, Tim, actually had a lot of focus for the golden eagle. He spent about an hour watching one golden eagle. Now, I thought even more amazingly, later that weekend, Tim and I were going up to a farm close to Sydney, BC, that we go to get our vegetables. And Tim always takes a different way home. And we passed an air park where people fly their airplanes, like model airplanes, really nice big model airplanes. And we saw an eagle chasing a model airplane, not chasing, but following, playing with one man's model airplane. If we'd stayed there for an hour, I'm sure this eagle would have been playing with this model airplane for an hour. It was really, really cool to see. So that was focus. And what was really cool to me about that focus was that it was the focus. When I think about eagles, like this really touched me, and it was really cool because I knew I was planning this class on focus, and I knew I was going to use the eagle as an archetype. When I think about eagles, I think about focus for the hunt. But this allowed me to see eagles in a new way and to observe them as playful and curious. And this bald eagle, as he chased this model airplane around the park, focusing on a toy plane, it allowed me to see focus in a more curious and playful light. And so if we can think about it that way too, it really changed the idea of focus being something like kind of driven and nailing it down to allowing it to be more curious and open-ended and fun and playful. So I hope that story helps you too. In yoga, this is called drishti, which means view or gaze, and it's something that you can use in your yoga practice to focus and provide a deeper level of concentration. You can focus on your breath or the sensations in your body. When you begin to direct your focus, your attention moves away from the external distractions in the world, and it draws your attention towards inwards, in this case, to your breath, to your body, and it helps to still your mind. So take all that in and begin to form an intention of what it is that you would like to receive from this class, how you would like to cultivate focus in your life. What is it that you would like to create for yourself for focus? What is it that you would like to sustain for yourself for focus in your life? Or what is it that you would like to let go in terms of distractions in your life? Or perhaps it's a refocusing that you're creating in your life. Go ahead and form your intention. And once you've formed your intention, you can start to make your way up to standing. From standing, we're going to do chair pose. And I would recommend that you have a chair or a wall close by you if balance is a challenge for you, that you can hold on to help you with your balance. Because we're actually going to do chair pose a little bit differently today with your feet together to start to prepare you for our balancing pose for eagle. So place your feet together and your legs together and hug them together. And then what you're going to do is sit back. So this is more of a balance challenge because your legs are together. And then bring your arms straight out in front of you. And you'll focus on the sensations in your legs and your breathing. Keep your weight in your heels. You can even lift your toes a little bit. And then slowly come up to standing. And then we're actually going to do eagle this way too. We're going to do a modified version of eagle's pose. So you'll maybe just shake your legs out a little bit first. So we'll refocus. And actually that's how it was with that model airplane too. The plane would fly around and then the eagle would loop around and then he would come back and follow the airplane. We're really lucky here. We see a lot of bald eagles here. There's a baby bald eagle in this, around the corner here, yeah. Okay, so we're going to do this again. You're going to keep your feet together and we're going to do, actually, so we could call this baby bald eagle pose because it's a modified version. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring your elbows together here and your palms together. So this is going to be our baby bald eagle pose. And then you're going to, this will be more of a challenge because for balance. So you might want to put your side body against a wall for if balance is a challenge for you. So you can have your left side body against the wall or your right side body against the wall and be close to a wall for help with balance. Because once your hands are in your line of view, that's going to make it a little more challenging for your balance. Also because your feet are closer together, that's more challenge for balance. And then you're going to sit down. Sit back into your heels. And then slowly come up to standing. And we will do eagle's pose. So we're going to cross one leg over the other. You're going to shake it out again. Get loose. We'll get loosey-goosey now. And you're going to stand on your left foot. And you can come back at any point. Come back to both feet on the floor and elbows together. So take that version again if that version works best for you. Or you can come with us to the next version. You're going to cross your right leg over your left leg, bend your left leg first, cross your right leg over your left leg. And the option is, well, actually stay with the option. We'll keep your right foot on the floor since this is a beginner's class. Bring your left arm up and you're going to hook your right arm underneath it. So for most of you, your elbow is going to point straight down again because of my shoulder injury, my elbow doesn't point straight down. So your right arm's going to hook underneath it. And for most of you, your right hand will come and your hand will touch here. If not, you're going to bring the backs of your hands together. Or, yeah, so either you're going to bring your palms together again, that would be an option. Or you're going to bring the backs of your hands together, or maybe your hand's going to come all the way through and reach here. So do what's best for you and your body today. For me, this is my option for now. And then you're going to sit down. And then come back up to standing and shake out your arms and legs. And let's do this on the other side. I can actually demonstrate this side a lot better. So you'll bend your right leg and cross your left leg over so your toes are on the ground. Remember, you can come to beside a wall so that you've got some support for balance. And you'll bring your right arm up this time. So see how your elbow points straight down? That's how it should be. And then you'll bring your left arm underneath, and either the backs of your hands will come together like that, or your palms will come together like that. So you've got three options: backs of your hands, palms together, or they might hook all the way around. So whatever works best in your body today. And then you're going to sit down. And then find a way out of this pose and shake it out. So what you'll find with those balancing poses is that so much is happening that you have to bring all your focus and attention to it. So if your mind does wander, then you probably will lose your balance. So you have to bring all your attention back. So they tend to be great poses for focus. We're going to come to legs up the wall here. So you'll need to bring your mat to your wall so that it's perpendicular to your wall, and then we'll get you to bring your legs up the wall. Okay, so to do legs up the wall, you're going to put your butt right against the edge of the mat and right against the edge of the wall. And then what you'll do is you'll swing your legs around and up the wall. So they're like that. And then your legs will be supported by the wall. Now, if you have any back issues like herniated discs and slip discs and bulging discs, then you'll want to put your legs on a chair instead so your knees are bent. Now, if you have your legs up the wall, then what I would like you to do is take your legs wide on the wall. And then to come down from legs up the wall, you'll bend your knees down the wall, roll to your side, and move your mat away from the wall. And for the next part, you'll need either a couple of stacked pillows or folded blankets for your forward fold. Because what tends to happen when you fold forward, especially as a beginner, your muscles on the backs of your legs are so tight, it's hard to fold forward. You're pulled back like this. So get yourself a little bit of elevation so you can sit up on it. And then what happens when you do that is that it helps you to tip your pelvis forward so that you can roll your pelvis over your leg bones, and it makes it a whole lot easier. And you're going to take your legs wide in a V shape, so not like side splits wide, just a V shape. And then you're going to roll your pelvis over your leg bones, keep your spine long, and come into a wide-legged seated forward fold, Upavishta Konasana. And so here you'll focus on the sensations on the backs of your legs. You'll feel something happening in the backs of your legs. Keep your centers of your heels here. This is not a good idea if you have any back issues like sciatica. You'll want to avoid this pose. So focus on the sensations in the backs of your legs and also on your breathing in and out through your nose. And then roll your pelvis back up over your leg bones. Come up tall through your spine. You're going to rotate towards your left leg. And then you're in a little twist here. You're going to fold forward over that leg. Again, keep your spine tall. You're reaching your navel towards your knee, your heart towards your shin. And it doesn't matter how far forward you come. If you're feeling a twist through your torso, then you're doing it. That's what we want to have happen here. And come back to the center and then rotate to the other side and fold forward over your right leg. And again, if you're feeling it, you're doing it. So you want to feel that rotation through your torso, like something's happening, a rotation through your torso here. Stay long through your spine, keep your head over your shoulders here. And then come up and come back to center. And then we're going to do the most important part of our class, which is Shavasana or corpse pose. Look how dirty my heels are. And this part of the class allows you to integrate and receive and take everything in so that you seal in your practice, in your body, in your mind, in your emotions, in your spirit. So you're going to lie back onto the ground just like you did at the beginning. And again, taking all those same precautions like you did at the beginning. If you have low back issues, you're going to bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor. And if your low back's okay, you're going to have your legs out long. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Turn your palms up beside you. If your chin's higher than your forehead, tuck a pillow underneath your head. You are going to stay here lying on your backs. And I'm going to sit up, and I have a short reading for you here in Shavasana. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it fall out of your mouth. Allow yourself to receive your practice. Today I will read you an excerpt from Emmanuel's book 2, The Choice for Love. And I chose this excerpt because it reminded me of the curiosity of the ego that allowed for such a free and joyful focus. And if this reading resonates with you, then great, you can allow it to just seep right in. And if it doesn't, you can allow it to pass right over. The curiosities that you hold about your planet, the mysteries, the frozen and hidden empowerments are all useful tools for your self-remembering. Once the attention of the students is obtained, the rest is easy. Curiosity is the doorway that stimulates your growth, joy, and expansion, and allows you to begin to remember who you are. For the rest of your lives on this planet, allow 1 minute of every hour for the unanticipated. Let yourselves out of prison to look at your world with unexpected eyes. Eyes that are not formulated to structure. Reclaim the wonder of the very small child. Fatigue will go, creativity will return, your heart will open. Illness will decrease and vanish. Your world will change. Gradually allow your breath to deepen. Begin to wiggle and stretch out. Bend your knees. Roll to your right side. Pause there and take a breath. And then slowly make your way up to seated. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 274 of Namaste Yoga. If you like today's beginners class, then we have almost 30 beginners classes on our beginners list now, and I will link to those in the show notes. And if you're receiving value from these classes, then we are incredibly grateful and appreciative to all of those who are expressing their gratitude through donations. So consider the value that you receive from these classes. You have over 24/7 access to more than 270 yoga classes without any travel time or daycare costs for your children. And so I did a little research this week, and here in Victoria, BC, it costs $18 for a 1-hour class. And if you buy unlimited packages, it costs $39 for a week, $116 for a month, $292 for 3 months, and $512 for 6 months. And this only gives you 49 classes in a week and only between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. And you have access to over 270 classes 24/7. And we've been making them for the last 6 years for you. So if you've been receiving value from doing Namaste Yoga, either for one class, for a week, a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year or more, consider offering a donation to express your appreciation to myself for the teachings or Tim for his videography. So there's lots of ways that you can give back. You can give a monetary donation, and Tim will make a box here somewhere on the screen. And you can give to your time too. You can give of your time by subscribing to the channel. Lots of people have given of their time by transcribing an episode of Namaste Yoga into another language as well. That's another way you can give. You can give of your time by leaving your comments. That helps us a ton. Leaving your comments, it helps other people find out about us. By sharing the class with somebody that you think would like it, and that they would receive value as well. Or leaving a 5-star reviews on iTunes with your comments there, that helps us a lot too. So you can give a monetary donation, or you can give of your time by leaving your comments. Also, that helps us a lot. So thank you very much for that. So here's an answer. You can leave a response to this comment. How did today's class allow you to get more focused? If you leave that in the comments, that helps us a lot too. We'd also love for you to join our membership site. That's another way that helps us a lot. We have loads of value-added content on our membership site, a community of like-minded people, and we give you a ton of support for your personal practice there too. So that's another way that you can support us financially, but also you get a ton more support too, and there's a link right there for that. So I am sending you much love from beautiful British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as our ocean. May you be as rooted as the trees in our forest, more rooted than this one, I hope. And May you be as strong as our mountains. Om Shanti Namaste.
Melissa would love to hear your questions and thoughts. Please leave your comments below the video. Thank you for your reviews on iTunes and YouTube. Your reviews help us to share yoga and a yoga lifestyle with others around the world. If you have a question for Melissa, you can leave a voice message at melissawest.com, and Melissa may answer it in an upcoming blog.